Okay, hello, welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley. uh, Welcome to the class. Hi, Mustafa. How did you get in the class before I got in the class? That was weird. That was very strange. Anyway, okay, I'm here, you're here. Tatiana's here. Hi, Tatiana. How are you? In any case, in this class, I have a couple of goals, and these are my goals for the class. First of all, we're going to be learning some adverbs of frequency. We're going to be asking the question today, over and over again, how often do you, whatever, or possibly how much do you, if it's possible, to ask, okay, to look at adverbs of degree. But anyway, we're going to practice answering these questions, and I would like to concentrate on doing it very obviously. How often do you eat every day? It's very obvious that you can say 3 times. Very short, quick answers, which would make this a very boring class. What I would like to do, actually, is see if we can expand our answers. Actually, this is a very typical kind of question in the IELTS exam. If anybody's preparing for that, you've got to be ready for this kind of question, because the mistake is to say 3 times a day. The trick is to, how do you expand your answer? The answer is actually quite simple. By saying something like, well, it depends. If you start with, well, it depends, that forces you to now think about how often do you do it under some circumstances and how often do you do it under other circumstances, and you have to elaborate and give a lot more information. So it's good practice in answering a question with a very short, brief, almost closed-ended question with a much longer response, which is what I would like to be doing. So, okay, first of all, let me welcome you guys to the class. Mustafa, hi again.
Hello, teacher. Hi again.
Hi again. Tatiana, hello, welcome to the class.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you today?
I too, thank you.
Okay. I too. I am too, I think.
Yes,
But,
yes,
okay.
I am too.
Okay. Min, hello. Howdy, stranger. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Good. Min, is that a picture of your son there?
Yes.
Is it? All right. Nice. Nice new picture there. I like it. Very nice.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And hello to Jolt.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing okay. Thank you. Good to see you again. And hello to Gabriella. Hi there, Gabriella.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay. First of all, okay, let's see how many adverbs you guys know. I'm just going to go around the room. Can you give me an adverb or an adverb phrase that answers the question, how often do you do something? Mustafa, can you give me one?
Teacher, sorry, you want some adverb?
Yes. For example, adverbs of frequency. How often do you do something? I do it often. There. Often. That's one.
Often, always, usually.
Okay. Always. Very good. Usually.
Frequently.
Frequently. Okay. Very good. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Tatiana, can you think of any others?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I don't hear.
Oh, I'm asking how do you know any adverbs to show frequency? I often do something. I always do something. Usually, frequently. Do you know any other words that we can use? Adverbs of frequency.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. I sometimes. Okay. Sometimes. Very good. That. All right. Excellent. Min, do you know any others?
Yes. Rarely.
Really? How often? No. No. The answers the question how often you do something.
Often.
Can you think of any others?
1 week. 1 year.
Okay. All right. Sure. Once a whatever. Once in a blue moon. Once a month. Once a year. Once a day. Oh, all right. Fine. Okay. That's an adverb phrase. But all right. Good enough. Jolt. Can you think of any others?
Never, seldom.
Never, seldom. Thank you, and thank you. Yes, never, seldom.
Rarely.
Sorry?
Rarely.
Rarely. Another good one. Okay, rarely. All right. That doesn't leave very many. Gabriella, can you think of any others? There's a lot, clearly. There are many ways to say how often you do something.
Every day.
Okay. Every whatever. Every day.
Yeah.
Every week, every month. All right. That shows regularly, regular, periodic frequency. Okay. Absolutely. Good one. All right. Terrific. Hello, Hajar. Hajar?
Hello, teacher.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. I don't know if you can think of on the right in the Verbling chat box. I have been writing down several adverbs of frequency to show how often you do something. Can you think of any others that we can use? Do you think of any others? Maybe not. We're getting very far down the list.
Say it twice time.
Oh, okay. That's very creative. All right. Not twice time, but you can say, for example, twice a week, twice a month, twice a year, twice a day. All right. Absolutely. Okay. Very good. All right. You guys pretty much hit every one that I could possibly come up with. I can't think of any more. Can anybody in the class think of any? Oh, I can think of one more. Hardly ever. Here's a phrasal adverb. Hardly ever. I hardly ever do something. And of course we have variations. Never and always. I almost never. I practically never. I almost always. Okay. Very good. All right. Now. Okay. There's a couple of things we're going to do here. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. I'm going to randomly do this here. Give me half a second. I'm going to adjust my material. Okay. So I'm randomly... I want to see if you guys know also... now, I'm going to just flash on the screen one word, verb, a verb. How often do you do something? But I want, we're going to take turns. The first person goes. I think Mustafa's first in the class. I want you to, first of all, also, in your answers, you're going to be using these adverbs of frequency. I'm going to flash a verb up there on the screen for you. I want you to consider, are you going to ask how often and then form the question using the verb I flash on the screen, or will you use, can you rephrase it a different way? Maybe it's possible, maybe not. Can you ask how much? So a little bit of practice answering, asking the question, playing with that a little bit. The next person will then answer the question. Actually, so I'm going to start, okay. All right. And you can ask any question that you want, okay? It's up to you to invent the particulars. So, for example, I'll go first. Very simple. Mustafa, how often do you clean your room?
I usually clean my room each day, daily, every
Okay.
day, or every day.
All right. In combination, I usually clean my room every day. Okay. All right. Very good. And this is very common to use the adverb usually and then how often by, okay, using every day. Great. Now you ask the question to Tatiana using this verb. Now you can ask any question you want.
Okay.
Using it, but you have to use either how often or how much.
I think
Wait,
how much?
Okay, hang on, Tatiana. First, Mustafa's gonna ask the question. Tatiana, you will answer the question. I'll give you a new word and you'll ask the question. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Mustafa,
How
no,
Mustafa,
How much you eat on your breakfast, Tatiana?
okay, wait a minute. All right. How Mustafa's asking the question, how much, but it should be how much do you eat for breakfast? Okay? How much, all right, Tatiana, how much do you eat for breakfast?
one time. I have breakfast one time. Eat at have breakfast have.
But he asks how much do you
How
eat
much?
for breakfast? Yeah.
One time. I have breakfast one time.
Okay. Now let me explain. How often would be I eat breakfast once a day. How much? I eat 47 kilos of flowers for breakfast every day. Okay. like that. Okay. All right. So how much do you eat for breakfast? Tatiana?
I'm here.
Okay. How much do you eat for breakfast?
How much?
Yeah, like the quantity, the amount.
10 minutes.
Oh, no, not how much. That would be how much time do you take to eat breakfast? How much do you eat for breakfast means what is the quantity? For example...
One time.
No, for example, I usually eat 5 eggs for breakfast. I usually just have toast and coffee for breakfast. I normally only eat a piece of fruit. Something like that would tell the quantity. How many? 5 eggs, or I eat a pound of butter every morning for breakfast. Like that. quantity, either the number or it can even be the weight. Okay, like that. That was the idea. So another way to say it, Tatiana, what do you normally eat for breakfast?
A cup of coffee. One cup of coffee.
There you go. Okay, how you would also include frequency, most likely in the answer. I normally just have a cup of coffee, like
Yes.
that. All right, that would be a normal answer to that question. Okay. All right, Tatiana, your turn to ask a question to Min. And here's your verb.
How often relax? Do you relax? How do open relax?
How
Yeah.
often do you
How?
relax?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Usually I spend 1 or 2 hours a day for listen to music to relax myself.
All right. Okay. Min, I spend 1 or 2 hours a day to relax, not for relax.
Yes.
Usually we use, to relax, the verb, the action. We use for if we're going to use a noun, or we're going to use an ing gerund for relaxing. But you don't spend something for relaxing. You don't normally use a gerund after spend, so it would have to be to relax in this case.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And then what did you say? To relax myself or something?
To listen to music.
No, I got that part. But the very end of what you said. Do you remember what you said?
I spend 1 or 2 hours to relax by listening to music.
Okay, to relax by listening to music.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I thought there was a relax myself in there. I just wanted to say this is a super common mistake I hear all the time when I help students practice for IELTS and TOEFL. They're always saying, I need to relax myself. I want to relax myself. We don't ever use the reflexive myself with relax. I just wanted to point that out. Okay. This is more interesting than I thought it was going to be, actually. It's more challenging for you guys than I thought. Now, you guys can ask any question you want as long as it has how often or how much and relax. For example, how often do you relax by watching television? Okay. You can add other elements. All right, so don't be shy. Be creative. Okay, Min, you are going to ask Jot using the verb. Even I don't know what verb. Play. And you can talk about sports or instruments as you see fit.
Yes. George, how often do you play football?
Okay, fair enough. Jolt, how often do you play football?
I used to play football when I was a child, but now I don't. I never played football this time.
Okay, fair enough. But now I never play football. Okay, fine. Now, you guys are starting to get the idea here. Okay, I'll add another element after we do a full round. Okay, okay. Jolt, you're going to ask Gabriella a question. How often or how much with study?
How often do you study English in a week?
I study in a week. I study English every day, so I study English 7 times a week. like this.
7 times a week. Really, Gabriella? Wow. Okay. If you say so. Okay, let's go back. All right, Gabriella. Okay, you're asking a question to Hajar. Well, this isn't very
Okay.
good here. Oops.
Hajar, yeah. How often do you go to the grocery store?
Okay, this really should say grocery shopping, but you handled that very well. You actually, this material is not good, but you actually asked an appropriate and correct question. All right, Hajar, how often do you go to the grocery store?
I usually go to the grocery store every day.
Every day.
Yes.
Okay. Really? That's an amazing thing to me, Hajar. Not just you, but no, in many. It's amazing because I talk to people from all over the world in many different cultures, and it's because I'm an American, and pretty much all Americans go to the grocery store once a week. It's kind of a standard thing. It amazes me how many cultures actually shop for food every single day. It's just surprising to me, but anyway, no matter. Okay. What do you buy every single day? I just have to ask.
uh, I buy in the week in week all I needed, but every day I buy the bread.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay. Here we go. Now, of course, all right. Hajar, you're going to ask a question for Mustafa.
Okay. Mustafa, how often do you drink wine?
I've never drink wine.
Yeah.
I never drink wine.
Okay. Now I let it go because I know Mustafa, and I know he doesn't drink, but I knew what you were going to say. There's only one choice. Okay. How much wine do you drink? Okay, would have been funny, but in any case, now we're gonna continue. We're gonna do another round, but I'd like you guys to try something. Obviously, Mustafa does not drink, so he has no choice but to say, "I never drink wine." I don't think there's any more questions like this. However, I think most of the verbs or actions that we're going to do at some point or another. So as we continue the class, I would like you to answer by saying it depends, and then answer the question. Okay, so that means you're going to be giving not one quick sentence, but you're going to have to speak a little more at length. Okay, hopefully, at least that's my idea. We'll see if it works. Mustafa, you're going to ask Tatiana about using this verb or this phrase. How often or how much?
How often do you listen to music? By the way, teacher, the expand will be on the answer the question, not by asking the question. Okay? So it
Uh,
depends. With answer, it depends. She will add it depends or something like that by answering the question, not by asking the question. The asking the question will be the same.
right.
Like yeah.
Answering the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How? Okay,
okay.
Tatiana. How often do you listen to music?
Okay.
Tatiana?
Tatiana.
I'm here.
Hi. Mustafa just asked you, how often do you listen to music? Now I want you to try to answer by saying, well, it depends, and then answer.
I always listen to music. When I drive a car, when I walk, when I cook, when I go to street, I listen to music always.
Okay. Well, what you don't do is follow instructions. I said, please answer the questions first. It depends. Okay, I want to see, no matter what, I want to see how you, and then even if you have to lie to me, I don't really care. I don't care about the truth. I care about English. So, well, it depends. I listen to music a lot and then you could tell me all those things you told me, and then something like, however, of course I can't listen to music when I'm busy in the office. Okay, so the idea, I'm trying to force you guys to express two different ideas. Maybe parallel, where you have to do some comparison. Maybe you will have to do some however, or on the other hand, some contrasting information. I'm trying to force the issue a little bit. Okay, Tatiana, go ahead and ask Min a question. How often, or maybe how much? Okay, using this information, phone, friends or relatives or whatever.
How much? No. How often do you call your friends?
Okay, very good. Min, there you go. How often do you call your friends? Please start with it depends.
Yes. I think it depends on my free time because when I'm busy in the work, I don't have time to call friends. And it depends on my friend free time. Yeah.
Okay, it depends with an S. Don't forget the S. Okay, depends on my free time. And Min, you're busy at work. We don't normally say busy in. We definitely can't say busy in the work. I don't even know what work you do, so it's not defined. We can't use the. And we don't normally say busy in work either. We normally say busy at work. I'm busy at work. I can't call you now. I'm busy at work. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're getting closer. All right. The idea. All right. You gave me the one idea. You said it depends how busy I am at work. Okay. Be nice to hear the opposite idea expressed. However, on the weekends, for example, I call my friends. I probably call 6 or 8 different friends during the day. So hearing the contrasting idea is what I'm trying to get you guys to do. What I'm trying to get you guys to do is speak more. Speak more English, speak more, and speak more naturally. Okay, Min.
Yeah.
Ha. All right. Gardening. Interesting. Okay, you're gonna ask Jolt about about his gardening habits. All right. Again, using how often or how much.
Yes. How often do you do the gardening?
Okay. And by the way, it's would be very common to use how much in this phrase. How much gardening do you do? But okay, especially if you don't know if he really goes gardening or not, you would say, how much gardening do you do? If you doubt that the person does, it's quite possible they don't do any of it. How much skydiving do you do, Min? Because the chances are that you possibly don't ever do any skydiving. If it's something I know you do, how often do you eat? I'm going to say, and I don't care about quantity. Something I know you do, I'd be more prone to say how often. But anyway, okay, Jolt, How often do you do the gardening?
It depends on where am I living. If I am living in the countryside, I do the gardening every day. But because I am living in a city, I rarely do the gardening. Sometimes in the weekends.
Okay, very good. That's what I'm talking about. All right, excellent. So you have to talk about two different aspects. You have to break the question into two parts. By the way, this is really, I don't know if anybody here is preparing for IELTS, but this is exactly what you need to do on the IELTS exam. Break each question into two immediately in your mind. It's such a great habit to get into, and I guarantee if you can do this, you're going to get a very high score in IELTS speaking. Okay, Jolt, that was a great example. Really terrific. Only one tiny problem, and it depends. Okay, all right. British people say at the weekend, and Americans say on the weekends. But pretty much nobody says in the weekends. Okay. On the weekends, at the weekends, it doesn't matter either way. Okay, but that was a great job. Great example of what I'm trying to get you guys to do. Okay. Jolt, please ask Gabriella about her shopping habits.
Gabriella, how much things do you go shopping? How often do you go shopping in a month?
Okay. Gabriella, how often do you go shopping in a month?
It depends
Okay.
on what how much food. Okay, sorry, again. It depends on it depends on what kind of things would I buy. If I buy food, I go shopping twice a week. But if I would like to buy clothes, I just go once in a month.
Okay. Very good, Gabriella. Very good. All right, you broke that into two different aspects: food shopping and shopping for clothes. Great. Good job. All right. It depends. How much food would I buy? I think he said something like that. How much would I buy? How much I would buy. You got to put the subject down
Okay.
before the modal, of course. But okay, all right, very good, nice job. Very impressed. I very much like that you pronounced clothes perfectly correctly. Hooray for Gabriella. All right.
Thanks.
You wouldn't believe how many times every single day I hear people mispronounce clothes. So thank you for that. Okay, here's a simple verb. I would like you to ask Hajar about walking or taking a walk, or however you want to phrase it. How much, how often?
Hajar, how often do you walk?
I like walk every day, and when I am tired or I have work, I don't walk.
Okay. All right. It depends. What did you say the end part? When I am tired, I don't walk. Is that it? Oh,
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. In the beginning, I like walk. Okay. After like, this is another frequent mistake for language learners. They say like and then the verb. Yeah, you need something in between. I like to swim. I like to go swimming. I like to go for a walk. I like to take a walk. Different ways I could say this, Hajar, but I like walk. Not going to work. Okay? I like to walk. I like to walk. I like to go for a walk. Usually, if we're saying time, I like to go for a walk once a day. Or we're just saying in general, I like going for a walk. Okay, I enjoy taking a walk, maybe. Okay. And going back to before I give you your question topic, Hajar, it would be common in a question, how often do you take a walk? Or how much walking do you do? I could say either way to talk about how often. For things with ing, with the gerund, how often do you go shopping? There's nothing wrong with the way Jolt asked that question. But I could also equally say, how much shopping do you do? Which would be common for this kind of a verb, especially a gerund verb. It's okay to use how much. How much do you do? How much of something do you do? And you could answer with an adverb of frequency. Okay. All right, Hajar, back to Mustafa. You're going to ask him a question about run.
How much do you run in the week?
Okay. How much do you run? Or maybe how much running do you do in the week? Explicitly in the week. Interesting. Mustafa?
It depends on people. Some people enjoy running, while others don't like to run. I am on the I don't like to run. I often prefer to walk instead
Okay.
of run.
Okay. Okay. I understand what you're trying to do there. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. When we do that, you're trying to give the general everybody as an example, and then compare yourself with general everybody. Here's a way to do that in English. You might try this. When it comes to running, or when it comes to the idea of running, some people really like it, some people really hate it. For myself, all right, you want to refer to yourself now. For myself, I really don't enjoy running. Or even speaking for myself, or even myself, for example, I can't stand running. Okay, there's different ways to phrase this. But to start out, you might say something to introduce that you're saying it in a general way. When it comes to running, some people like it, some people don't. So when it comes to, you can do what you're trying to do. This is a very useful phrase for introducing that. Okay, makes it very clear that's what you're doing. You're going to talk, okay, in reference to running. All right, basically that's what you're saying. You need some way of signaling that you're referencing it in a general way.
And
Okay?
teacher, sorry, teacher, how can I connect that for my situation? To my situation?
To your what?
To my situation, like, okay, when it comes to run, some people like it, while other not don't like it.
Yeah.
And in my case, I have to say again, for me or for
That's
me.
good. For me, or okay, in my case, actually, that was fine. That was a good one. I didn't even think of. In my case, blah blah blah, and then just say what you have to say. Speaking for myself, or in my case, is great. For me, even just for me, running is not very fun. So there's several ways to connect it there.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right, but that was pretty good. That was somewhat ambitious there of you to try a totally different technique. So I like that. Good job. Okay, Mustafa, your verb to ask Tatiana a question is speak a foreign language.
Okay.
Oh,
So, how often do you speak a foreign language, Tatiana?
For myself, I speak two language. It is German and English.
okay. They are German and English.
There.
Right. You have to the pronoun, the plural pronoun. They are. Okay. But now, see, the question was, how often do you speak a foreign language? So, how frequently do you actually speak a foreign language? Tatiana?
I think.
An hour
I'm
every
thinking.
day? Oh, you're thinking? Okay.
English. I speak English every day. Yes.
Okay.
With my English teacher in Wembley. Yes, every day.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Okay. Okay, next one. And really, I encourage you guys to try just starting your answer with, well, it depends. This basically forces your mind into an avenue where there's no escape. It forces you to sort of divide the question into two parts and speak much more at length and add a lot more detail than you might normally do. It's I don't know how to say it. It is a way to force yourself to speak more. You don't give yourself a choice. Okay, Tatiana, Min, asking Min a question. Go on holidays. Okay.
How much do you go on holidays in year?
Okay, that would have to be how often.
How often?
Yeah, that would have to be how often. We can't ask a frequency question here with how much. How much, is usually using a gerund. How much shopping do you do? How much walking do you do? How much something-ing do you do? ING. Then we're really asking how often. Anyway, okay. So, Min, how often do you go on holidays in a year? She wanted to know.
Yes, in a year, yes. It depends on the day off from my work, and I I usually go on holiday once a year, and actually 2 years ago I don't have to work and I spend a lot of time to go on holidays. Yeah.
Okay, and I spent, not spend. Past tense of spend is spent. I spent a lot of time. Okay, Min, again, be careful about pronouncing your S sounds at the ends of words. It depends on the days I get off from work. Okay. So I didn't hear the S's. It sounded like it depend on the day I have off from work. So you need S's. Once a year, not one a years, but once a year. Once a year, you get a holiday off from work. Okay, which of course most of us probably do the same thing. Okay. All right. Min, you're going to ask the question of Jolt. How much or how often? Again, you feel free to add other elements. How often do you swim in the ocean? How often do you swim with no clothes on? How often do you swim at nighttime? Don't be afraid to add extra elements to your questions, guys. Bring out some detail. All right. Okay, Min,
Yes.
your verb is swim.
How much swimming do you do a month?
Great. How much swimming do you do a month? All right, very good. Swimming, ing, he's able to use the how much version of the question. Very good. Thank you, Min. Jolt, how much swimming do you do in a month?
It depends on my opportunities. If I am near a pool, I can go every day for a hour maybe because I like swimming. But because I'm living in a town and there isn't a pool near here, maybe 2 times a month I can go to swim.
Okay.
Or a hour every
All right.
time.
All right. Very good. That was pretty clear. Be a little careful of pronunciation. Opportunities.
Opportunities.
Yeah, it's a long word. Opportunities. Yeah. All right. Okay. Depends on your opportunities. Well, that's an easy way to respond to the depends factor. Yeah, everything depends on opportunities. So it's an easy way to go about it. Great. Easy and useful. Okay. Great job. Jolt, ask Gabriella how often or how much using this verb. Ooh, this could make this interesting. Sing.
Gabriel, how much do you sing in the bathroom?
Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A little extra detail. I like that. All right.
It depends on how many relatives are at home. If I'm alone, I always singing, and if there are some people at home, I never singing.
Okay. I never sing.
Sing.
Okay,
Sorry.
That's your main verb. So you're not. I am never singing. You don't want to use present continuous. So you're talking about regular activities, something you regularly do or regularly don't do. Present simple tense. Okay. All right. Good job, both of you guys. Good job on the question. Good job, Gabriella, with the answer, breaking it into two parts. You might bridge these two ideas. You might think about trying to use expressions like on the other hand, or however, or simply but, if, blah, blah, blah. All right? To join two contrasting ideas together. Right? You might want to consider doing that. It works. It's more clear than just saying and. And is not wrong. Okay, if no one's in the house, I love to sing, and if there are lots of people in the house, then I never sing. Nothing wrong with that. Just more clear for the listener or reader if you're writing transitionals that show contrast, like however or on the other hand. All right, but what do you sing, Gabriella, when you're in the bath? What do you like to sing? Pop songs?
Yes, almost. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything. Disney songs or everything.
Disney songs.
What is in my mind?
Okay. Do you ever sing songs from the movie Frozen in the shower?
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Gabrielle, don't tell anyone, but so do I.
Okay.
Okay, our little secret. Gabriella, I would like you to try a question with Hajar. How often or how much? Ah,
Okay.
drive as a verb.
Uh, okay. Hajar gone. Is gone.
We drove her off.
Yeah.
No, I think she has connection problems. Okay. All right. Instead, why don't you ask Mustafa?
Okay, Mustafa. How often do you drive in the capital city?
Ah, interesting.
Okay. It depends on the work I have. If I have some business in the capital city, I often drive uh, once uh, once per week, maybe something like that. So it depends on my work. Uh, on the other hand, sometimes on the other hand, if I okay, otherwise I don't drive. I am never I don't drive in the capital city because I live in the other city, far away from the capital of
Okay. All right. A little bit of self-correction there, but okay, you got there eventually. Very good.
yeah. I
Nice.
try to correct myself.
Yeah. And okay, I see you're working on your structure and organization, and that's basically what I'm trying to get you guys to do is add on a little bit, add on a little bit, add on a little bit. All right, very good. Small critique. Per, per. Make sure you're not pronouncing pear. It's not a long sound. It's actually the schwa sound. It's per.
Per,
Once per day. Yeah,
once per day.
that's it. That's much better. It's a homophone. It's a homophone with the sound a cat makes. Meow. Not meow, no. But purr. Purr. The cat is purring. It sounds exactly the
Per,
same as purr.
per, per,
That's it.
per.
Okie doke. Uh, okay, Mustafa. Oh, okay. Your turn to ask a question of Tatiana using read something.
Do you always read something during travel? No,
Uh,
no. Do you often read something during your way work?
during work?
No, no. During her way to work, then when she's going on the car.
During her way to work. Okay. Now, normally we would say on your way to work.
Oh, okay. Do you often
Yeah.
read something on your way to work?
Okay. That's an interesting question. Tatiana, do you often read something on your way to work?
It depends by my mood. It depends by my free time.
Uh-huh.
And I every day read something. Read newspaper and I read books, classic books.
Okay. All right. Now, what did you say? What was the prepositional phrase? Did you say it depends by my mind? Is that what you said? I tried to make notes, but I forgot how you.
I think she said on him.
Well, it should be on my mind. Okay, maybe I misunderstood. Okay, never mind. Okay. All right. However, again, like I told Gabriella, however, you're using it if you're going to introduce a contrasting statement. Maybe something like, however, I try to read something every day. I like to read classic books. Okay. Probably time for one more. Tatiana, actually,
How often do you watch TV?
very good. All right. How often do you watch TV? Min? It's fine. How often do you watch TV?
It depends on how interesting the channel on TV, and I if it good, I spend a lot of time to watch TV.
Hello, everyone. This hour on Verblink.
Wow. I'm sorry, I got something happened. Something strange happened. Something weird going on. Anyway, I am out of time in any case, but thank you, Min. I'm not sure. I'm crashing. My system's crashing. I don't even know if you guys can hear me right now.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that. Something
Thank you.
weird happened there. But thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
See you again soon.
Have a nice
Okay.
day.
All right. You too. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
That was strange. Oh, I see.